This water intake is way too small. It can't handle even half a liter per second. So I'll build this one. Let's upgrade it. I'm up at the water intake. My goal for today is to upgrade this filter. You can hear it sucking and it's already clogging up because the surface area is way too small for this amount of water. So I'm going for this one. Since my water intake is very shallow and pretty long, I thought, well, why cut this pipe? I'll take the whole one. And then the surface area will be much bigger. I will cut into it, maybe, I don't know, 100 times or something like that from both sides. So water can go in there easily. And then I will also put a standpipe here to let the air out. Okay, I see this fits perfectly. This will then connect with this to the existing pipe right here. I need a cap for that side, a cap for that side, and that's basically it. Let's take all of that to the workshop and work on it. So first of all, I want to mark the ends where I plan to make the connection to the cap. So don't make slats in there. Then I have a piece of angle iron right here as a guide. So I'm trying to make a straight line here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as a guideline. Now I'll turn it. In this direction. I want the bottom section to be solid. So maybe right until here. Then I'll draw another line right there. So that will be the solid part. Be showing it close up. This will be my bottom section, which is almost half of it, no, maybe 30-40% of it. And then this will be my top section. This will stay solid across the whole pipe so it doesn't kink. I might do the cuts along the whole way, but then it would kink probably. So I'll leave this solid, and now I'll cut left and right these slits in there, and along this, I don't know, 2 meters of pipe, this will be a lot of surface area. That's what it looks like now after all the cutting. Sorry, that's maybe a little fast. And along this side as well. We'll now sand it down. The cuts were made maybe 1.5 centimeters, sometimes a little less. I wouldn't go too low because otherwise they might break. You see here I cut a little too deep, but it's gonna be all right. That's what it looks like after cleaning it. I first used sandpaper, but to get the plastic out of these slits, I found this is the best tool to do that. Just scrape it in this direction, and you get all of it out. Looks very clean to me. So now comes the harder part. Been thinking about this a while. I need to get all of that debris out as well. I'll also take my wire brush and make some kind of an extension on it, maybe with this hole here. Just screw some wood to it, and then I'll be able to scrape that out inside to make sure no plastic ends up in the river and no plastic ends up in my nozzle as well. I've strapped the pipe to my welding table. Used this metal strap to make sure it doesn't crack at that point if I tighten it a little bit too much and now I'll be able, maybe I have to fix it a little more, but I think it'll be all right. Now, this is my tool, probably long enough, just made one bolt in here, and this doesn't move at all. Now I can scrape it out. Now that didn't work properly, so I found this wire brush, round one, and I clamped it here to this extension and to my drill. So I hope this will do it, because the other version was, I don't know, I didn't see where I go, and it was quite some work because my handle was heavy and long. So. Fits perfect. It is done. I've added a cap on this side, so this side is completely closed. This will be the connection to the existing pipe. Maybe in the future I will upgrade this pipe to that size, so air and water can separate more easily, I guess. Here I would like to add a cap, but I don't have one in stock, so I'll close this with this mesh. Alright, let's go out and install this. That is the old filter again. You can see and hear how this thing is fighting to get the water in. It is really vibrating. Can't get it all the way in there because I don't know yet. I'll change you to the other side. Just maybe. You. That's it. Can't get it to turn. I need to put the slits more upwards. These seals, they are terrible tight. Get it out. This isn't good isn't good either. I will be getting some stones to put one here and one here underneath, so the pipe doesn't sit on the ground and doesn't suck all the sediments out. I got this. This will hopefully go just through here. So this doesn't go down there to the ground. And then you have this to limit this. Let's leave it like this and see how it performs. I have now lowered this point because it was overflowing. Now it sucks most of the water in here, not too much over there. But also the pipe at the bottom is open, so it's free flowing right now. If this builds up pressure and the water level stands right up here in the pipe, let's see what it does then. But for now I will leave it like that and improve it later. I think from this small thing to that one. Even the surface area right here is already bigger than this one. So let's see how that performs. Maybe I will do a follow-up video or do another video if I change something. I've made some additional changes. First of all, I lowered this point, so this section has more impact. Then, since most of the water gets sucked in here, I've built like a little bay, so leaves can't go in there. And I've added my standpipe, so in case air bubbles are coming in here and go down, they can escape right here. Let me know what you think, if this is the right way to go. Of course, I know a Coanda screen would be best here, but it's expensive and a lot of work. This was 2 hours of work, and yeah, but is this at the right place? Does it have any effect at all? Should I maybe adjust the angle of it? But I think most of the water is coming around here, so it's kind of following the flow. And if there's a lot of water coming, it will overflow right here and clean my filter. That's what I hope. That's the end of this video. thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be the turbine getting placed and hopefully some first power results. But the water flow looks okay, so it will be working.